Now you join me here today. I'm at Ffrith Carp Fishery here in North Wales. Now I was previously here about 2 years ago now. At the time I was fishing the runs water at the bottom of the complex. The complex consists of 3 waters. There's the main lake that I'm fishing, there's the top pool, and then there's the bottom runs water, which carp in that one only go to about 15. The main lake that I'm in, the carp go to mid to upper 30s with a good head of 30s and quite a lot of 20s in. So hopefully if I can get amongst some of them, that'll be fantastic today. But without further ado, let me show you the complex and crack on with the video. These are the actual small cabins, so to speak, which are ideal for one person, which, to be fair, I could get 2 people in it easy. But these are cabins. There we go. I'll zoom in if I can. These chalets are them over there. They're like mini bungalows, so you can get a couple of people in them. It's peg 1, 2, and I think 7 are the ones with the chalets, and then there's these smaller cabins on peg 3, 4, 5 and 6. For the bigger of the cabins, this is what you're going to be approaching. Absolutely looking spot on, all fenced up. But I'll quickly show you inside the bigger cabins. I haven't got one of these for this session, but right, there you go guys. In the bigger cabins, you've got your shower, toilet, shaving area, and look at all this. You got your microwave, got your sink, everything you need, home away from home in these. So if you do want to book one of these bigger cabins, as I say, it is ideal for a good few of you, then get hold of Steve. I'll put the number for this, so phone him up and then book one of these. And obviously there's a toilet in between the 2 lakes as well, so catering for your needs. And this is a view on Lake 2 from peg 6. Look at all them features, all the islands, that Long Island there. I'll quickly pan over to where the cabin is over there. I'll be fishing 3 rods today. I'm probably, because these margins are calling for a bait, I'm probably going to get one of my baits in alongside these reeds. There's also, let me zoom in, it should be able to pan. There's some reeds coming out here, and then just about there you can see an aerator. I'm probably going to put one bait in between there, and then off that island to the left I'll probably get my 3rd bait. For the baits, my right hand rod is on a 12mm white fruit and nut pop-up, which is just off the island. My middle rod is on a orange Magic Beans wafter, the 12mm one, and that one's straight out to where the aerator is. And my left hand rod, which is just in these margins, is on a matcha hatch wafter fruit and nut. So we'll see what gets some kind of indication first, and we'll take the baits from there. We've got crumb down OG fish and crumb down OG fruit and nut. We've got mini mix pellets in there. We've got sweet corn in there, and what I've also done is I've put the flat spot, the fruity one, and I've also put in extra Himalayan rock salt in with this mix to give it a proper kick out. So hopefully this attracts one of them big elusive carp from this fishery. My left hand rod that was currently round about here, I put it literally just in this bay now. My middle rod that was in between this aerator roughly here and the reeds, I put it on this side of the reeds now. And my right hand rod that was just off the conifer of this island, I've put it in these reeds bay now. Also what I've done is I've had a bit of a mix around with the baits. My right hand rod that was previously on a 12mm white fruit and nut pop-up, I've actually put that now onto a yellow pineapple wafter. It is the pineapple pop-ups by Parker Baits, but because I've glugged them for so long, they're almost turned into natural wafters now. So that's on my right hand rod. My middle rod that was currently on a Magic Beans fruit and nut, I think that was orange, I've actually changed that now to a 14mm bottom bait fruit and nut, tipped with a bit of yellow fake corn, pop-up corn. So it'll be a bottom bait essentially with a little bit of flash of yellow for visual attraction. And then my left hand rod, I've just kept that on the fruit and nut matcha hatch wafter for now, as the main head bailiff basically says that's probably my best bet for a bite. Right guys, darkness is kicking in now, so I thought I'd just do one more update, obviously before it goes pitch black. Hopefully in the next few hours you'll see me with a fish to update you, so if not, I'll see you in the morning. Right guys, unfortunately nothing through last night. The whole lake has been quiet. The actual head bailiff came over to me last night and said the lake has been fishing hard the last couple of days. A couple of the regulars who normally have a good view within a whole weekend, they've only been having 1 or 2 fish within 48 hours plus. So I was against it a bit. They were only doing a 24, which only really turned out to be about a 22, 21 by the time I got set up, because I took a couple of hours just to pan the lake to try to find some of my spots, see if I could see anything showing, but couldn't see anything. So it was just a hit and hope to likely spots, which I had a few liners through the night, but literally that was it, unfortunately. But what I might do is I might do a part 2 of this and put all this in one video just so you can see some carp. If I don't, I'll put some of the carp that Gary, the bailiff, has caught for me, just so you can see the kind of calibre of carp that are in this lake. Right guys, so it's been about a month since I was last here. I've come back for another 24-hour session. I'm back on peg 3 again, where I was previously. Just about to get the rods cast out. So what I'll quickly do is I'll quickly show you the rigs that I'm using this time. They're a little bit different. And obviously the baits, obviously it's Parker Baits as always, but I'll show you which types I've gone with and what presentation. Just to make you aware, all 3 rods today are going to be on rig tubing on a leg clip. And for this rod, which is going to be my right hand rod, I've gone on a 14mm matcha hatch wafter, fruit and nut, which has been dusted. And what I've actually done, I've put in a bit of the flat spot and chucked a bit more dust on top of this. So this is going to be letting off tiny little bits of attraction continuously. With this, as you can probably see, I'm on a spinner rig as well. So that'll be my right hand rod. And for my middle rod, what I've done, same leg clip rig tubing. As I said, I've put on a standard hair rig. And for this, I've put on an 18mm supercharged hard hookers OG fish. And I've just tipped that with a little bit of yellow fake corn. So it'll basically sit just like that, as in like a wafter. So yeah, I'll get this one cast out next. And for my last rod, again, leg clip, rig tubing, spinner rig, and I've gone on for my old faithful bait that I use everywhere, 12mm white fruit and nut pop-ups. This one, like I say, on a spinner rig. So yeah, that's just basically going to be sort of my roaming rod. But there's some reeds coming out near an aerator, so I'm going to start off with that there first and then just see what happens throughout this session. Guys, what I thought I'd do also is I'll quickly put up a few of the pictures of some of like the known bigger carp in here on my hit list, so to speak. So yeah, these are the ones that I'm going for mostly. And if you do come here, these are essentially your A-list carp. As a recap, we've got one under here, which is the OG fruit and nut wafter. We've got one just about, I don't know, between 5 and 10 foot off this island in the middle, which is that OG fish hardened hooker, 18mm, and that yellow bit of fake sweet corn, so it'll act like sort of like a wafter. And then the left-hand rod is in between these reeds and this area here, right in the middle and about 5 foot back. That's on my old faithful white fruit and nut 12mm pop-up. So we'll see if one of these gets a touch, but if I start getting liners on any, I'll start having a bit more indication and start sussing out this lake a bit, so I can possibly change all rods to that, or failing that a little bit later, I've got other spots as backup spots as well that I might try. One being in these reeds, another one being on this side of this island, and then I've got these reed margins that I did try last time, but the wind is blowing in this corner now. So my right hand rod that was just in that margin has just gone off, and it's only a little stocky. Oh yeah, it's only a little stocky, but it's my first one at Ffrith on the main lake, so I thought I'd get a picture of it. It's a lovely little mirror. It's either a little stocky or it's a homegrown one, because it isn't very big, like I say. But yeah, probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 pounds, something like that. Lovely first carp for me to get the ball rolling. There we go, guys. Like I say, probably 5 or 6 pounds, something like that. Guys, that takes a lot of pressure off now. I've got the blank saver. Like I say, it was only probably, I don't know, something between 5 to 7 pounds, something around that. I didn't bother weighing it. Nice, lovely mirror. Hadn't been caught before from its mouth at all. It's pristine. But yeah, just glad to be off the mark. I mean, it's 100% better than the previous session on a wafter. So what I'm thinking is now, I'm going to put my middle rod that was on 18mm bottom bait and a bit of fake sweet corn. I'm going to put that onto the OG fish wafter, and then my left hand rod that's currently on a white 12mm fruit and nut pop-up, I might put a 12mm match the hatch fruit and nut, just so it's not in the face. The bailiff Gary has said these fish can be very finicky and like they will spook off a bait if it looks too unnatural. So I'm thinking with the white baits, it is my favourite, but it could be a bit too in the face, so they might be not wanting to go for it. So I'll quickly swap all these rods. Now I've got the fruit and nut wafter that I just had the fish on. I've cast that exactly back in the same spot. I've chucked out a few, probably about 6 to 10 loose offerings of 10mm fruit and nut boilies. Yeah, just fishing for a bite at a time. My middle rod's just absolutely ripped off, hit into it, and it was on for a few seconds and the hook pulled. So that was on the OG fish wafter that I'd recently actually changed. So it's only been in, I'd say, maybe pushing an hour onto that island, and it's gone. So what I've done, I've glugged it up a little bit more with OG fish sauce, put some magic dust on that wafter, and then recast it out again. Hopefully, obviously it can entice another bite. But yeah, it's looking promising. One fish and another run already. And it's only pushing 4 o'clock. So I'm here till about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So yeah, it's looking pretty promising. Hopefully if I can bag one or two more, well, one more, I'll be over the moon. Just a good one. That's all I want. Like I say, these last, well, this being the second session, if I can get an upper teen, a 20 be lovely, a 30, oof, we're in PB territory there. If it's anything over £30 8 ounce, so that'd be amazing. But let's just see what happens. Slowly starting to get a bit darker now, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically pimp up my wafter. I'm gonna use our limited edition Scopex flat spot. Obviously I'll put this one in a different bottle. The ones that you normally get on the website are about 3 times the size of this. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dose that wafter up and then chuck it back out, and then hopefully draws them back in and I get another bite off that rod. As you can start seeing now, guys, darkness is kicking in a bit now, so that might be one of the last updates I do until hopefully I get woken up in the next few hours. It is still early, to be fair. It is only like 5:30 or so, but I might try to get a bit of sleep in now, and hopefully I'm woken up through the night. Morning, guys. Bit of an uneventful night last night. No liners or anything. Yeah, the wind really did pick up last night. It was blowing a hooligan from right to left. But yeah, nothing. I am still figuring out the lake. It is only my second night session ever on here. What I have picked up though over these last 2 sessions is wafters are definitely the way to go over pop-ups or bottom baits. I have noticed the carp will spook off pop-ups. I've had a couple of liners off pop-ups, but I have been using like white in your face pop-ups kind of thing, and they're probably spooking off that. But yeah, that one from yesterday, that was on a OG fruit and nut wafter, which is like a light brown, so it looks fairly washed out. And then the one that I lost, which was on the island, was an OG fish wafter, which is like a darker red. So next time I come, I'll definitely be going on the wafters as my first protocol. But if you have enjoyed the video, if you can drop a comment. If you haven't already, if you could subscribe, I really would appreciate it. We are closing in on 1,000 subscribers. When we hit that target, I will be doing a bait giveaway. So more to come when we get closer to that. But if you can also drop a like on the video. And again, if you would like to see another video on here, I have got a video on here, well, on the complex, should I say, Ffrith Fishery, on the runs water. I'll try to put a link or a thumbnail of that in this video if you want to go check that out, where I think me and Scott were there. I think it was about 2 years ago. In winter, I think we had about 13 carp on a day session between us. But this is the water that I want to crack, just because there's a good head of 30s in here. And then also there's the top lake as well, which has got a good head of 30s in as well. But I want to crack these and hopefully get a PB this year. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for tuning in as always, and I'll see you on the next video. Take it easy.